Today, I'm gonna tell you the safest route that you can take to be successful in business. Let's say you know what business you wanna start and you're gonna start a business. How do you make sure that it doesn't go out of business and that you don't fail and land on your face? I'm gonna tell you the safest way to approach starting a business. I'm so tired of hearing people on social media give impractical advice. They tell you the only route is to become a business owner. You need to start a business tomorrow, quit your job, stop working for the man, stop doing all this stuff and start a business right now. Quit your job tomorrow. That is horrible advice. It's horrible advice because it's not reality. Reality is a lot of us out here have, high paying jobs, and it doesn't make sense for us to just quit tomorrow on a hope and a prayer of a business that may be successful. Now, that is what I did, okay? So I am somewhat of a hypocrite when I say this, but I will tell you why. Me and my wife, we saved up for 9 to 12 months straight, saved up like 100 grand to start our business because we wanted to be able to start our business and not have to force ourselves into sticky situations to make money. Okay, what that means is we didn't have to take on every client. And if a client was a bad client, we didn't take them on. We started an insurance agency and I worked in the insurance industry. So I could not start this business while still working a job, okay? Some of you guys are in the same boat. The safest approach if you're in this situation is not for you to quit your job tomorrow. Your best approach is to plan ahead. We planned for 9 months, saved up money, did everything we could in the background to start our business before we did. Okay, so that's discipline. Discipline is saying, hey, even though I want to do something today, I'm going to hold off because the future is going to be better if I wait and plan and prepare. So our business is very successful now. We're over 4 million in sales. So what I'm trying to say is the safest route for you is to plan ahead and say, hey, I have the feeling of being an entrepreneur now, but it's better for me to wait, plan ahead, and save money. For those of you who can start a business while continuing to work for somebody else, you are in a great position. Let's say you have a high-paying job, you're making 150, 200 grand. It does not make sense for you to quit that job. That's a lot of money. That's a business of itself. You got to think of your career as a business. Okay, so if you're making 40 grand, then yeah, your business, your career is not very successful. So you could quit that and start a business and make up that 40K very, very quickly. But if you have a career of a business that's doing really good where you're making 90, 100, 120, 150, you should not quit that yet. You should not quit that unless you have a revolutionary idea that you really, really believe in, but the reality is most people don't. Okay, this is practical advice. This isn't advice that you're gonna feel emotional about. This is advice that you need to hear as a friend. I am being a friend today, not being a complete idiot like a lot of people on the internet. So start your business on the side, operate it as a side hustle until it grows and has the potential, really until it's producing enough revenue that will allow you to pay your bills and live somewhat the same lifestyle, okay? So let's say you're making 100,000 a year, or let's say 120. So you're bringing in 10,000 a month. By the time you pay taxes and stuff, your take home 7 grand and you're living off 7 grand. You should wait until your business is doing at least 4 to 6 grand in profit per month. Because if not, before you quit, because if not, or if you were to put more time into it, because some businesses require time. If you have more time, you make more money, which are not great businesses to start. But if you were to devote 40 hours to it, then maybe, or 60 hours, then you'd be able to replace that income that you're getting from your job. Okay, so that's when you would quit your job. You would not quit your job on the hope and prayer that you can, within a month or two, catch back up, because that's not how business works. Business operates at its own speed and time based on the opportunities you're presented. So for you to say that the opportunity coincides with you quitting your job is very naive and not very smart, okay? So the practical advice today is that, number one, if you can, start the business while you're working your job and grind through it, which is hard. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it will get you to where you need to be safely and securely, which is what you want. Or number two, if you have to quit your job to start a business that you're working in because you have a non-compete, or you can't really operate the same business that you're working in because you would get fired or get sued, then save up a ton of money. Build it in the background before starting it. And when you are ready, when you have the sum of money like we did, that's when you quit and you start. And you got to know going in that, hey, it is going to take a while, and I'm probably going to make less money, and I'm going to go through this nest egg with the hope that I would be able to replace what I was making. Me and my wife, we 4 or 5 times what we were making before, replaced what we have now. So it was a great decision for us. But it took that first year. We planned on only doing 30,000 in revenue, okay? And then I think we did 80 or 90 that first year. So, you know, we still didn't replace what we were making, okay? So it took over a year, 2 years until we were able to get back to where we needed to be. So just be practical, be grounded, let the dust settle of the moment of, oh, I'm gonna start a business. It's exciting, the emotion, the roller coaster of, man, I'm so excited. Let that settle and bring you back to reality and say, what actually needs to happen? What am I gonna do? Can I start it on the side, or do I need to quit my job? And if I do, let's be strategic about it so that we're successful. This whole video is to hopefully not allow people to just rush into something, to think of it as an operator. Be a smooth operator, okay? So if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks.